I can say this with absolute confidence. Having children is the worst thing I've ever done. This generation of kids feels entitled, like they don't care about consequences. We've tried everything, from gentle parenting to strict boundaries. Nothing works. I genuinely hate being a parent. I hate the thankless grind of it all.
So I keep seeing videos of women who say that they regret having kids. I've even done some videos on YouTube about, women that say that they regret having their kids. And it's not because they hate their kids, but it's because motherhood is not or was not what they expected. This particular woman now, 8 and 10 years in, she's mentally and emotionally drained. And honestly, I think a lot more women feel this way than they will ever admit out loud. Let's watch the video and then we'll be right back to discuss it.
Having children is the biggest regret of my life. I'm a 38-year-old woman in a loving, long-term marriage. My husband and I always thought we wanted kids. We were stable, building our home, both in full-time work. So when I accidentally fell pregnant with our son, we told ourselves this was the right time. We had the house, the jobs, the commitment. This was the next box to tick, right? We decided to go ahead with the pregnancy. The birth was traumatic and those first months were rough. He was a difficult baby and I struggled to adjust to motherhood, but eventually things started to settle. I even managed to start freelancing, which gave me some flexibility. When our son was 10 months old, I found out I was pregnant again, 2 under 2. I was hesitant because I knew how much I had struggled the first time, but my husband had always wanted 2 kids. I told myself, let's just get it over with. A few hard years and then we'll be through the worst of it. Our daughter was born and she was a dream baby. She barely cried, slept well, and was calm and easy. I thought maybe we had turned a corner. Now, 8 and 10 years later, I can say this with absolute confidence. Having children is the worst thing I've ever done. Parenting is relentless. I am emotionally and mentally drained every single day. My husband is wonderful, truly hands-on, but at the end of the day, moms are still the default parent. He returned to his full-time job on afternoon shifts, and I've been the one forced to sacrifice everything, constantly reinventing myself, professionally and personally, just to make it all work. I've done well for myself career-wise. I found a flexible hybrid role that pays well, more than my husband's job. But the logistics around school, activities, and everything else are overwhelming. The workload of parenting is crushing, and nothing prepared me for how much it would take from me. And my kids, they're not easy. They are demanding, strong-willed, and high needs. No matter how hard I try, the routines, the structure, making sure they have what they need, it's never enough. They throw it back in my face. This generation of kids feels entitled, like they don't care about consequences. We've tried everything, from gentle parenting to strict boundaries. Nothing works. I genuinely hate being a parent. I hate the thankless grind of it all. And yes, hate is a strong word, but after 10 years, I feel like parenting has been one long, soul-sucking mistake. If I didn't have such a strong, loving relationship with my husband, I would have walked away by now and left them all behind. I share this because I wish someone had been brutally honest with me before I had kids. We are sold this idea of a village, but for most of us, there is no village. Grandparents still working full-time, unaffordable childcare options, no community to lean on. You cannot predict the child you'll get. Some are easy, but some will test every last shred of your mental and emotional stability. All I can do now is endure. I'm counting down the years until they move out and I can reclaim myself. But for now, I live with huge regret.
Now, she said that she and her husband were doing well, right? They were stable, happy, and life was good. And then she got pregnant accidentally, but decided that, okay, maybe it's the right time. She had a baby, struggled a lot, but she adjusted. Then they had another one, because that's what couples do, right? Fast forward a decade later, and she's sitting here saying she wishes that someone told her the truth before she had kids. That motherhood is not this fulfilling fairy tale that people sell to you. It is hard, it is isolating, and it is exhausting work. And I think that's the part that gets most women. Society lies to women about motherhood. You grow up hearing You feel complete when you become a mother. It's the most natural thing in the world. You just know what to do when you get there. But when you actually get there, you realize that no, you don't just know what to do. In fact, you don't know what is going on. The problem is that you're not even allowed to say that out loud without people calling you evil or ungrateful, or you're not a good mother. You say, I regret having children, and everybody gasps like you just said that you hate your children. But regret and hate are not the same thing. You can regret the role, you can regret the lifestyle, the loss of freedom without wishing that your kids didn't exist. I wish more people knew this. She also said that she's emotionally and mentally drained, and that makes sense because motherhood is constant. It doesn't clock out. You can't take a break. You cannot unmother for a day. And sometimes it's not even the children, it's the weight of the responsibility. I've also seen that society gaslights mothers badly. If a man says, I hate my job, man, I'm burnt out, people will sympathize, right? But if a woman says, I'm tired of being a mom, she becomes a villain. And that's why so many mothers suffer in silence. They can't admit that they miss their old lives, or that sometimes they wish they waited or maybe didn't even do it at all. Although that's why we have so many child-free women who are glad to be child-free and they really don't care. This particular woman, what she's doing, speaking up, is actually very brave, because when you say you regret having children, what you're really saying is you are overwhelmed, you are not coping, and you wish you understood what this life really, really meant. I think this video is a reminder that motherhood is not a one-size-fits-all experience. For some women, it is joy. For others, it is survival. And both realities can exist at once. So guys, I'd love to know what you think about this topic in the comment section. Do you sometimes stay and just be like, why did I even have children? Or I'm tired, I can't do this anymore, or I wish someone told me that this is it. Do you wish you were child-free? Do you wish you were without children? Or do you still embrace all the stress and struggle and suffering that comes with motherhood no matter what? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. My name is Benita. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, all the love in the world. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!